And it's a massive India Today impact. The crackdown on separatists continues. The NIA has conducted raids at multiple locations in Jammu, and Geelani's close aide Devinder Singh Behl has been raided. The National Investigation Agency has also closed in on hardline separatist Saeed Ali Shah Geelani. For more on this, I'm joined by Kamaljeet Sandhu, who's been covering this story since May, when India Today first aired this sting operation that exposed separatists in the valley who were taking money from Pakistan and fueling unrest in Kashmir. Kamaljeet, the massive impact of India Today sting operation. Now the NIA is closing on Ali Shah Geelani. Please give us more details about these raids.
Well, let me tell you, there were 26 raids which were conducted in the period of May, after which an FIR was lodged at the same time. Remember, this is almost around 2 months after India Today had shown the sting. Now, there have been fresh raids which have been conducted in the Bakshi Nagar area. We've been told Devinder Singh Behl is the name of the businessman who's supposed to be a close aide of Saeed Ali Shah Geelani and the other separatist leaders. What is important is that he is an influential businessman. He's been raided. Even as the searches are going on, we've still been told there is no chance of an arrest as of now. But yes, they're looking for more clues. And we know that 26 places were raided earlier in May, as I mentioned. Yeah. They were in Jammu, Srinagar, Sonipat, in Gurgaon, as well as in Delhi. So yes, they're not limiting themselves to just Kashmir Valley. Considering that he is also a Sardar, that he belongs to influential business community, also goes to show that there is not going to be any stopping of the NIA. They continue to carry out raids, and obviously it's going to be interesting to see what sort of aiding and abetting is happening from not just Kashmir Valley but also from Jammu, and how the businessmen in hand in glove with separatists and are fueling unrest in the valley.
All right, Kamaljeet, please stay on with us. I'm also joined by Jammu Bureau Chief Ashwini Kumar. Ashwini, massive impact of the India Today sting operation. Please give us more details about this person, Devinder Singh Behl, who's a businessman, as Kamaljeet was saying that he's apparently close to Saeed Ali Shah Geelani.
Yeah, Arjuna, the raids has been conducted again. It's the second time that NIA has conducted a raid in Jammu city, and one in the Pakistan area of Jammu. And the report said that he is a businessman and he has formed a peace committee also, and he has relations with the horticultural leaders, and their NIA is just investigating and collecting all documents, and they are getting documents that which type of connection he has with the separatist leader, Kashmiri leader. These things are to be investigated, and still the raids are going in Jammu city, and this is the second time. Last time they have also conducted a raids in the Gandhinagar area, that posh area, and one more in the warehouse area, because most of the Jammu businessmen, they are having a business connection with the Kashmir people, and they are sending all material from Jammu, and most of the things was previously going on the cash payments. So they had to just collecting. The NIA team is conducted raids in Jammu, and at two places they are also getting the details which type of connection he has with the wholesale people or the Kashmiri businessman. Is there any hawala that is going on? These things are to be investigated by the NIA team yesterday. Yeah.
Right. Kamaljeet is still with us. Kamaljeet, this crackdown coming in just a week after, remember last Monday, seven separatists were arrested in the wake of that India Today expose. That also includes Bitta Karate and Farooq Ahmed and Naeem Khan, who were caught on our cameras accepting that they get money from Pakistan and they fuel unrest in the Kashmir Valley, and it's how it's a well-oiled network, how the money comes from Pakistan and then goes to Chandni Chowk, Old Delhi, and how it reaches the hands of those people who don't want peace in the valley. So give us more details how the NIA is gradually closing in on these separatists, and we also believed that the next on radar could be Geelani and Yasin Malik.
Well, obviously, they are actually going to be peeling layer by layer. They do understand there are multiple layers of it. The top layer, obviously, of the top leaders, including Saeed Ali Shah Geelani, meanwhile had to actually address a press conference on a periscope, forced to do that, to clarify about his property details. And then about Yasin Malik, all these people are known to have property which is more than the income that is coming into them. The other part is obviously about 7 separatist leaders who've already been arrested, who are the second-rung leaders. The third is obviously about the middlemen, which is where the businessmen come in, which is where people who are involved in serving as a purpose of a conduit of providing money as cash couriers. And then obviously is the fourth layer, where there is terrorism which is being unleashed in the valley, where there are stone pelters who are involved. Now there is a significant segment where the government is clamping down on those particular elements who are actively involved in anti-national activities. And remember, more than that, once the NIA has now got the custody, and remember it's a 10-day custody, they're already looking for a lie detector test or a polygraph test. They will be soon going to the court, we've been told, for each of the individuals. But remember, that will also depend on the accused, because every accused has a right to say no to a lie detector test. But at this point of time, the NIA trying to push for that lie detector test, trying to unravel more details. And remember, they've already seized a lot of incriminating evidence in the form of letterheads of documents of Hizbul Mujahideen, of Lashkar-e-Taiba. They're conducting raids on businessmen. So they do involve, this is a very well-oiled network which has been obviously perpetrated and obviously been pushed in by the Pakistani agents themselves. So on the one side of it is where they're conducting raids. The other part is obviously a huge, which could just be called the tip of the iceberg, which is obviously being funded from Pakistan, which needs to be unraveled now.
Okay, Kamaljit, please stay on with us. I'm joined by 2 Kashmiri activists. First is Sushil Pandit and the second one is Lalit Ambardar. First to you, Mr. Pandit. How do you see these developments? Because last week, as I was speaking to Kamaljit about it, last week we saw how 7 separatists were arrested by the NIA, and now we see that Saeed Ali Shah Geelani's close aide has been raided. Do you think that the time is slowly, the time is up for the separatists in the valley?
I wouldn't go as far as that. I would like to wait for some more time to believe that the time is up. But I can certainly say that the noose is tightening. This is a most comprehensive action against Hurriyat and separatists for a long time. And this time seems to be more purposeful and very effective. But as I had mentioned, there have been earlier times also when government has shown some sense of purpose and seriousness. But several times before that, things were left halfway through. Some kind of concession, some kind of rapprochement was seen being achieved because some promises were made to behave, and then things were left halfway through. Which is why this time I am not willing to say that the government is going for a kill and comprehensively sort this menace out. It would still seem that there is some degree of screw tightening in order to get them into some kind of compliance, but it is not comprehensive demolition of their capability to wage war against India. That would be proven when more serious charges are brought about, because what they are doing is not tax evasion, what they are doing is not economic crime, what they have done is a genocide in Kashmir, what they are doing is waging war against India, what they have done is cause mayhem, murder, loot, and a complete destruction of a place. And therefore, these charges must be brought about. Those who have committed murder must be tried for murder, not just taking money here and there or building properties or ill-gotten wealth. They are accused of lot more serious misdemeanor, and that needs to be proceeded against comprehensively, and it will take time. So till such time there is a comprehensive approach towards their crimes and a sustained effort to bring them to book and get them to pay for their misdeeds, I would reserve my judgment.
Okay.
But so far,
Mr. Pandit, please stay on with us. I'm also joined by Lalit Ambardar and Brigadier Mahalingam. Mr. Ambardar, thank you so much for speaking to India today. As Sushil Pandit was saying that these separatists should be tried for murder because what they committed was not an economic offence, but it was a genocide. What's your take on these latest raids that are taking place in Jammu?
See, to great extent, I agree with what Mr. Sushil Pandit just now said. You see, these guys who NIA is investigating now, some of them have blood of Kashmiri Hindus on their hands. They deserve to be tried for crimes against humanity. And media has showed them even confessing the butchery of Kashmiri Hindus on the camera. And some of them here are being taken away for what? Money laundering. I think they are very, very little charged, bit too little and bit too late. But yet, nevertheless, since we see now there appears to be some political will to take on these Pakistani stooges in Kashmir. And I think we need to be optimistic about it and only hope and pray that this drive is taken to a logical conclusion. This should be the beginning, but exactly some of these guys deserve to be tried for crimes against humanity. They should be charged for that. You know what? Kashmir Jihad is driven by ideology. Yeah. It's a pan-Islamic ideology and money and material. So the ideology is locally available. Every Friday, congregation spews anti-India venom in the name of Wahhabi Islamism. That has to be checked. We have to check. We have to check on the spread of venom from the precincts of mosques in Kashmir. And second thing is to take care of this money. Money is an important element, but these people have been flourishing in Kashmir. Everybody knows, this Geelani is locally known in Kashmir as Osama bin Laden of Kashmir. And then you have mainstream, and I call them mainstream subversives. They claim that these guys are also the stakeholders of Kashmir. And that is what is bothersome. Will government of India, will the present establishment in Delhi isolate these the way they are being isolated, and see to it they are isolated and prosecuted as criminals, war criminals, because we believe Kashmir Jihad is nothing but a war against India. And they need to be treated under military tribunal. They have the macabre dance of death and destruction playing out in the Kashmir Valley is all because of these guys. And what we suffered 27 years ago, Kashmiri Hindus genocide, I think that needs to be highlighted. And in the wake of Supreme Court denial 3-4 days ago, not to accept the plea of Kashmiri Hindus to open the cases of genocide against Kashmiri Hindus because it has been 27 years and there's not going to be enough evidence available. I want the media to talk about it. If 27 years is not enough, it's a great period to not to identify the perpetrators of Kashmiri Hindus genocide. How are they going to prosecute these very people who are actually responsible for the genocide of Kashmiri Hindus? Therefore, besides money laundering, I think they need to be charged and tried for crimes against humanity. That's what we look forward to.
Okay. Mr. Ambardar, please stay on with us. I'm also joined by Brigadier Mahalingam on this broadcast. So thank you so much for speaking to India today. Fresh raids have taken place in Jammu after 7 separatists were arrested last week. Do you think that this has been the most comprehensive crackdown, or the separatists who are taking money from Pakistan and fueling unrest in the Kashmir Valley?
See, this entire thing, as far as I can see, is how these people have been perpetrating terror in the valley. The money is the main source. This not today. I have been saying this for the last 20 years, that there is a need to cut down on the money. Now, today what the government of India is doing is a very positive thing, and I'm sure they will take these cases to a logical conclusion. That exactly is what is required. Not just that. As you are doing this, we also need to go into the fact that there are a number of other elements in the entire chain. It is a logistic chain that has been built up by these terrorists, and it is required to ensure that these chains are broken, and those involved in providing logistic cover, including those who go around and propagate and intimate the logistic calendar, and also the way in which they go and threaten those shopkeepers and those tradesmen to close and shut down shops. All these people will have to be sort of hounded up, and they will have to be punished. The moment you do this, in fact, you will find very significant answers the moment you could, get hold of all these leaders who are trying to make this money. Once you do this, I'm sure a very positive outcome will come.
All right. Thank you so much, Brigadier Mahalingam, Sushil Pandit and Lalit Ambardar for speaking to India Today on that huge development. It's a massive India Today impact. Fresh raids taking place at the residence of a close aide of Saeed Ali Shah Geelani. His name is Devinder Singh Behl.